Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. All between Jason, my brother, how you doing?
I'm doing very good.
So we're recording this on a Monday morning, and Monday's fitting because it's been a comedy of errors with technology, and who knows what's going on with the hurricane and all that stuff. And all I gotta say is the Van Zants have proven to be even cooler than we thought, and so we thank them for dealing with our shenanigans. But let's bring on Mr. Fred Bonanno. What's up, buddy?
Hi, guys. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Wonderful weekend. Beautiful weather out there, so let's enjoy. And we've got a special one today. Like you said, the Van Zant. When you think of Southern rock, the very first name you think of is Van Zant. Ronnie, Johnny, and Donnie. Leonard Skinner, 38 Special. And today we have the pleasure of chatting with the brothers Johnny and Donnie, who have their latest album set for release on November 22nd on our good friends at Frontier Records. The album, Always Look Up, brings Southern rock, country, and gospel together like never before and reflects their deep family ties and their unwavering faith in the man above. So please welcome to Verbiage, Johnny and Donnie Van Zant.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Hi, guys. We made it.
Holy moly!
I was getting ready to say, because we've had all these storms down here, maybe we should use some Dixie cups. Hello. Yeah.
I got a shitload of string, man.
I know. Hey, I got to tell you something. I have a house near the beach here at Jacksonville, and yesterday I went down to clean up because I haven't been able to get down there. And I go into this little country store, and they're like, they have nothing, and I'm like, wow, what's going on? They were like, well, we haven't had any power for like 5 days. So I was like, oh man.
Right.
Thank God I'm not living down there at the beach. So
Right.
It's been a rough one here in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, me and Jason met in college in Florida and down in Fort Lauderdale, become audio engineers way back in the day. So you guys, your family are like the ambassadors of the South.
Oh, thank you.
And, so are all you guys whole? I know you got some personal issues going on with health and all that, but on top of that, you had to deal with the hurricanes. Is everyone whole and safe and well?
Oh yeah, man, we're doing good down here. We, you know what? My manager lives in Siesta Keys, and boy, it got wiped out. Yeah.
Right.
So
I got a good friend that's got a place down there, and half of the building, he's only a block and a half off the beach. The one half of the building is gone. His half is still there. So he was lucky there, but it got hit pretty hard.
It's been a strange thing, and the way the last one went up into the Carolinas and Georgia, and all those people got hit really hard. So our hearts go out to them, and these things have gotten more dangerous. That's for sure.
Oh, for sure.
I'm up here in Greenville, South Carolina. We got a taste of it. I was out of power for about 6 days, but up the mountain from us, it's really bad for sure.
Yeah.
Up in North Carolina,
Yeah, we just need to get help up there for them, and keep our. You know what? The good thing about it is, because I was in L.A. years ago, and being from Florida, man, I never experienced any kind of earthquake, and I didn't know it was coming. I thought I was just getting sick. I was like, what's wrong with my stomach? So at least with these hurricanes and stuff, you can kind of prepare for it, So my advice is get away from the water, because Mother Nature's not that nice when she's angry. So.
Right.
Oh, nothing more powerful than water.
But we had it easy, guys. Really, be true with you. I was out the next day on my John Deere running over limbs.
Yeah. So we just had limbs going down. You know what? We're two rednecks. We own John Deere's, and we'll cut up. There's not a limb in the world safe around us.
But how comforting is it? Because that all those people who don't have anything left, but they have music, because that's going to be what saves a lot of people in this when you're
sure.
And that's got to make you guys feel lost, because they're listening to both of you. Like your voices are the things that are making them feel safe.
Well,
comforted,
Yeah, I always say whenever I've been down, I listen to music. When I'm happy, I listen to music. In between, love. The whole thing.
Right.
Music's a great healer, and that's one of the reasons why we started this record. You know what? We really started back in 2020 doing the whole COVID days there, and I had 15 months off. I went touring with Skinnerd, and we lived right next door to each other. We're actually talking to you in our beautiful studios, Sulphur Water Studios, we call it.
He's like,
the water smells so good, right?
Y'all come on down. We'll give you a glass.
Hell yeah. Can't be any worse than Boone's Farm.
No, we're right next door to each other. He's like a bad rash. I can't get rid of it.
So we actually started this record really focusing in on it during that time because we were like, people need hope.
Yeah,
we need to see the light at the end of a dark tunnel. And I don't know about you guys, but I was like, man, this is crazy what's going on.
But you know what's cool about it, guys, is that we use Johnny's church that he's a member of.
Yeah.
And what we did, we actually take these songs that we got on Always Look Up. Johnny take it down to the pastor, and they play it on Sunday. And we got a lot of feedback. Yeah. We didn't know, guys. You know what? We went, okay, well, God's given us these songs. Because people ask us that all the time. They go, how do you write a song? We go, well, we know there's a verse, a chorus, a turnaround, another verse, a bridge. But the melodies and the music come from a higher power than us. It really does.
Yeah.
And the first one that I played for my pastor, I call him P. Mike. That's his rap name. But
he's a cool guy.
He's a really cool guy. But I pulled in the back of the church by his office, and I said, hey, I got something I want to play that me and Donnie wrote. And it's the song that we came out with first, Jesus Christ. And I said, Pastor Mike, how you like it? You like it medium volume or loud or what? He goes, I kind of like it loud. Boy, it was on 11. So poor guy couldn't hear after he got out of the truck, but he looked at me and says, I really like that. I think you have something. And I said, well, play it for the church and see if they like it. And it came back good, and it gave us inspiration to keep going.
And we kept sending songs back and forth to him.
Yeah. That's
Very
great.
Okay, so since we're talking about the Holy Father, I want to talk about another father. Like now, like you don't hear a lot about dads and the positive, like how much everyone needs a dad. And could you guys talk about Lacey?
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, man.
He was a Bible reading person. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
He loved the Bible. He loved the Bible, and he read it daily.
I tell you,
he should have been a preacher. Really.
Yeah, he should have been a preacher. I got to tell you, the difference between fathers nowadays and Lacey is that when Lacey said jump, you said how high, how high, sir?
Yeah, I had one like that too.
Oh yeah.
And if he was reading you that Bible, whatever he was reading on, you better be still and don't say a word.
But he did his time in the Navy and became a truck driver after he got out of the Navy and hauled kosher beef from Miami to New York City. So it had to be blessed by the rabbi. And then 48 hours later, you had to be in New York or that load was no good. But you know what? We'd go on the truck with him and listen to country music. And I think he kind of instilled the love of music in us. And not to say that our mother didn't like music, but she was always kind of like, you guys need to get a job. What are you gonna do with your lives?
Exactly. Yeah, my dad had a 3/4 inch wooden paddle that he drilled holes in. So no wind.
Oh, the wind.
Bare ass spankings. And remember the engraving, the wooden engraver?
Oh yeah.
It said, with love from mom and dad.
Your dad was smart. Hey, check this out.
Man, that was something.
Hey. I got the belt that our dad whipped our butts.
That's awesome.
Check that out. And it had and if it was on your butt, you knew you'd been ran over by a semi. So
right. Yeah,
that's
and that's
awesome.
probably for like that belt buckle is probably like for 1 million safe miles driven or something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how much time you guys got here, but I mean, I could tell you a little something about that belt. This happened to me. This happened to me and Ronnie, our older brother. Our dad got us what they called Mexican jumping beans, and they just around your hand, you know. And me and Ronnie was in my mother and father's room playing with them, and they got underneath the bed and we couldn't see it. So Ronnie told me, he said, "Go get a match and let's see what see if we can find." Well, what did we do? He lit the match, and the whole bottom of that match was caught on fire.
Oh man!
Then he hollers at me because I'm freaked out.
Right.
He goes, "Go get me some water, Donnie." So I run in there. I found a cup about as big as this, and he looked at me. He said, "What, are you crazy?" And by that time, our mother had found out about it. She just yanked it up, and we ran to the back door and threw it out.
Needless to say, they got that belt.
But our dad right at that time, and that belt right there went on our butts.
How many days before he could sit down after that one?
Well, let me tell you what my brother said afterwards. He goes, "Donnie, you're really dumb." I go, what do you mean by that? He goes, "When Daddy's hitting you with that belt, just scream really loud, and he eases off on it."
There you go.
He already was working.
You guys learn to project in your vocals. Right?
But you know what? He was always there for us, guys.
Yeah.
He was always there for us. Yeah. Hell, he drove my 24-foot body truck around this country of ours, playing clubs with me. Yeah. So he was always there. If we needed a helping hand, he was there. We didn't come from a family that was rich in money, but we were rich family, and we stuck together, and we miss him dearly. I can tell you that. And our mother.
Yeah, and I can tell you, both of them just really wanted. Whatever we wanted to do, they just wanted us to be happy at it.
They had that.
I'm telling you, Donnie, you're wrong about that. Mama wanted us to get a job.
Yeah. It took me a while.
Well, you guys certainly all did all right for yourselves. I'm sure they were real proud.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, together between both, 38 Special and Skinnerd, I've probably seen you guys live. 12, 13 times combined.
All right.
Yeah, man.
You might fit underneath that Skinner Nation.
Hey, I'll proudly wear those colors.
Get to 14.
Yeah.
You got to make it to 14 or 15 to get there.
That's right.
No problem. What's odd is like I do service job, okay? So I'll go to someone's house, and it's very rare now. I mean, when we grew up, Stars and Stripes were 4, 5, 6 times just in the block that you lived on, both sides of the street.
Right.
Now it's very rare, and it made it. I don't understand how it became a dirty word. And so I'll literally, I'm like, hey, thank you very much for flying the colors, because, I have 13 veterans in my family, and, you guys have always been, patriotic and everything. And I just think it's an odd time that people feel weird about. The flag isn't the politicians. It's you and Jason and your mom and your uncle and your sister and your brother. That's what the flag is, man. It's not the people who are dividing. The flag is the togetherness, and I hope people get a little bit of that. And now, like the coast ripped up, that's when you really see neighbor helping neighbor, and there's nothing like it,
Well, that's happening here in Florida. I know. I don't, and I know up after these hurricanes, people have been jumping and helping each other, no matter what. For me in my lifetime, the only time I've seen us as a country united was after 9/11.
Yeah.
And you were Democrat, Republican, Independent. We were united as one. Yep. And you know what? I don't know what the heck's going to happen in the next few years, but we sure need to go back to talking. You know, like Ronald Reagan and what was his name? Tip O'Neill, the Speaker of the House.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'd go have a drink or go play some golf and solve world problems.
Right,
you know?
Right.
Maybe they need to pick up. Maybe everybody needs to pick up some golf and maybe a drink or something, you know, and try to figure it out.
Yeah.
But as far as our youth goes, you know, man. They don't, a lot of them, it goes back to school, guys, because my daughter was in high school and she was taking history. And I was like, honey, when do you start, learning about American versus communism? And she was like, what's that? And I was like, they're not
CNN
that in school. I said, you know what? Kids need to know that,
Right.
So you do have a choice, And so I think it goes back to that. But our flag means a lot to us. I took mine down. I was talking about my beach house just so it didn't tear up during the hurricane here. Sure. And but I put it back out yesterday. It's flying high on my place down there. I'm a true believer, and both of us are, in our troops and their families, the sacrifice. We were talking about our dad.
Yeah.
We're lucky to be here. Because he was in Pearl Harbor when it was bombed as a young man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, in the Navy. And we have multiple people in our family that's been in the military. And for us, we've been around years ago. It was so cool because before smoking wasn't cool, they had Marlboro Music Fest that they used to at all these military bases. Yeah. We went around to all these military bases playing for the troops and their families. And that's really whenever I realized just the sacrifice of what our troops and their families do. And so we're behind them 110%.
And what I learned is you don't mess with the Marines.
Why would you?
Because you had too much to drink.
Right. That's how. That's how I
learned.
learned I was funny. I was able to walk away from 7 guys who wanted to beat my ass.
So Donnie, is there a story behind that, or
he left himself open for it?
You know what? No, I mean we did the Marlboro tour, 38 special, and we played about every base you could play. For all branches of the military, and I mean. The Air Force would really, just seemed very sophisticated, and but when it came to the Marines, them guys were so mean they beat crap out of each other.
Oh yeah,
each other. I said
that's called basic training.
I said I want them behind me. I know that.
Right.
Yeah. No, we are behind our troops and their families.
Well, we wrote a song called "Red, White, and Blue."
Yeah, years ago.
That was a big song.
We got one that was on a country album. It's all about about Old Glory, flying the flag, and man, it's just a great song. Really, really is.
Yeah.
The cool thing about this, I know
one song. Sorry, guys.
Fred and Jason are religious. I'm not. But I like whatever helps you through the day, man. I'm for it. And what's great about you guys doing this album is it's authentic because you guys have integrity and you've always talked about it. It's not like you're doing some kind of, how people do stuff now just for this and that. Maybe Beyonce records a country album or whatever, but you guys are legit.
He's not country.
Dang.
Yeah. Yngwie Malmsteen's coming out with his country album next week.
Hey, guys, I could tell Johnny couldn't remember the title. It was called "These Colors Don't Run."
Yeah.
That was the name of the song.
Yeah.
But anyway, I interrupt you.
No, you know what? And that's cool with us. You say you're not religious. We're not here to push this on anybody.
Yeah.
You know what? We're telling our story and we're praising Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the songs are great.
Yeah, we believe in this, and we're but if this does hit home with you sometime, then maybe it will, maybe it won't. Neither one of us are preachers. We sin every day. You know,
Right.
before this day's out, I've already sinned about 20 times.
Yeah,
Right.
and there's like some weird, like, you know, coincidences going on. Like over the weekend, my brother would have been 62. He was an Air Force veteran, took his life at the beginning of the lockdown. It was my mom's 91st birthday, and I'm taking her out to dinner tonight, and she lives at Lacey Home.
I'll be dang. Will you tell her we said happy birthday?
Oh, totally. I've seen her dance to Skinner in the living room many times, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I know you guys' philosophy because we had Michael Sweet on about a month ago. I'm sure you guys have met Michael Sweet from Stryper.
Oh, yeah.
And I just saw him in concert about a month ago, and he even said at the concert, he goes, "I've taken a lot of criticism over the years of people saying, why are you doing all this Christian stuff?" And he said, "You know what? I do it because that's what I believe in. And I know that's your guys' philosophy, is you do it because that's what you believe in. And you've never hidden your faith. I mean, all these years, you've never hidden your faith. And that's fantastic.
Well, it's integrity.
Like Vince said, you're not doing it to make a buck or whatever. You're doing it because that's your faith.
It's integrity. Shows character.
Yeah, we did a couple of country records together.
Yeah.
You know, and again, this was in a bucket list of things that we wanted to do, you know. Yeah. So this one happened to be at the top of the bucket list. But on the country records, we really hit on that. It's called Help Somebody.
A song called Help Somebody.
Yeah, great song.
The album was called Get Right with the Man. So we started some years ago.
Yeah, but this it really has been a love thing here for us. Great. You know what I mean? And to be honest, we talked to a lot of record labels, and we wanted it to be us and not some producer coming in. So we produced it along with Mark Ortega and John Albany, and so we kind of. And Frontier came into the picture with Tom Lipsky, a friend of ours who I've worked with in the past. And, man, it just fell in place for us. And we said, yeah, you know, Frontier's a little different label. Who would think they would put this out? And they wanted to broaden their field too. And it's worked out great so far. Knock on wood. I'm superstitious.
Yeah, I mean, they're expanding. So, you know what I mean? And that's good because, you know, like, so we've been on the search for guitar-based music since we started this, and this is men's mental health through music and fart jokes. That's kind of our thing, you know. Like like you said, this album would be worth it if you can get one person, to start following Jesus, right? Our thing is, if we could save one guy. So far, we've saved 5 from taking their lives.
There you go.
Just by offering a phone, like, call us if you don't want to talk to the hotline. We'll talk to you. Yeah. You know, and people don't get it.
You said you wasn't a religious guy. Boom, you just did something religious.
My friend Rob always tells me I'm the most Christian atheist he's ever met. I guess I do all the good deeds other than go to the house, is what he's saying. But,
you know, I got to tell you a little story. I did an album, Skinner album called God and Guns. And the producer that I work with, Bob, I ain't going to mention his last name, but he was like, this religious stuff. And so he'd always say GD. And I'm like, Bob, please don't say that around me, because that's the worst word you could say around a Christian. So anyway, I kept every day after we would work in the studio, I'd say, God bless you, Bob. And he'd say, you know, and I'm like, okay, anyway.
You know what I say when someone tells me that?
What's that?
Thanks.
Okay, I'm getting to that point. Yeah, so anyway, the very last day, I forgot to say, God bless you. And he turned around to walk off, and he said, hey. And I said, oh, I forgot. God bless you. And he said, thank you. He said, thank you.
All you're doing,
first time he had said thank you.
You're wishing someone well, though. You're wishing someone well. There's no evil intent behind it. It's all good. You know what I mean?
There you go. Well, that's great, guys, that you've been able to do that. So that is so awesome. You know what? I had a real good friend of mine who took his own life because of a girl, and me and the rest of all the friends were just like, we were dumbfounded about it because,
Right.
you know, he was a good looking fella. You know, there was going to be another girl there. So from me to everybody who's even thinking about that, there's always a light at the end of that tunnel. And we believe we have been through a lot in life. You know, we've lost a lot in life, and just give it time. And for us as Christians, pray, pray, pray. And we got a new song out called "Speak His Name." You know, yell it out to the mountain, and something will happen to you that will come about you.
Yeah, you just broke 500,000 views on Jesus Christ on YouTube, by the way.
That cool?
Yeah.
Guys, we didn't know what to expect, you know. We thought, hey, 50 maybe.
No, the song.
You know what? Song.
I was thinking more like it was me and Donnie checking it out.
You know? No, you just kept hitting repeat.
Yeah.
All kidding aside, the first 3 singles so far, you're knocking it out of the park. Great tunes, really. I love "There You Are." That's my favorite so far. Yeah.
We probably wrote 40 songs for this, so we got a bunch of other songs we're planning on recording too.
Yeah, we got a rock record. This time we wrote a rock record too. So just that writing thing, and I think my light bill. I was the worst person in the world for the environment. I think my light bill was like $1,000 for the month. I was like, because we were just back here, just working. You know, it was just a gift.
No, I'm not.
Well, that
Donnie never.
Well, that was my next question. Was so you guys recorded the record there at your studio?
We did a lot.
We did a lot here, but we would take the parts and send them off, and then we went to John Albany, who helped produce us. It's called Sonic Eden, right? Yeah. Sonic Eden Studios. It's actually, you know, these days, man, you don't have to have a beautiful studio to create music.
Right.
It's actually in his basement. The vocal booth is a stairway to his top of his house, and we did it all there, man. And it's just got. He's worked on this room, and sonically, you know, it just sounds so good because we worked in studios before, and you record it and it sounds great on the big speakers. Then you go put it on little, and you're like, oh wow, that's terrible. You know,
so where is it?
This place transfers back and forth so great, so we'll be doing a lot more.
You know, like checking out, you know, because I'm always in the search for new stuff and, you know, new bands and everything else, and I'm noticing now, like, we're seeing a lot of feel-good music come back. There's a lot of, you know, because the lockdown, people needed hope, like you said. There's a lot of feel-good music coming back.
Yeah. And
that's really good to see. And what I like about you guys, every single picture, you guys are smiling, man. Nothing but ivory. Like,
sure.
Like, and that's really great to see. And it's good to see brothers doing something, you know?
Yeah.
And especially you two, you know?
Yeah. You know, we've been through a lot. And when Ronnie passed, you know what? At one time, Donnie always picked on me as a kid. So I figured it sounds terrible. I figured I'd kill him in his sleep. You know, but after Ronnie passed, just kidding. But after Ronnie passed, we became more than brothers. We became friends.
Yeah. No, that's what happened. I mean, after Ronnie passed, I just remember telling myself that I was going to get a lot closer to Johnny, you know. And it's tough when you're in the music business. I mean, the only time I really got to see Ronnie for years was if 38 was opening up.
Yeah.
So,
people think this music business stuff is glamorous.
Right.
Oh my God.
Well, hitting on what Vince said, whenever I see a quote describing the Van Zant brothers, the one quote I always see is big heart, small ego. I think that's a fantastic way to describe you guys.
Thank you. You know what? We got a lot to be grateful for too, you know, and no matter what in your life, you're going to go through dark things, and life is a roller coaster. It really is.
Yeah.
You know, so whenever you're on that high, take advantage of it. And when you're on that low, you know, for us personally, there's a lot of trying to get out of that low. And we do it by the way of Jesus Christ.
Right.
That's awesome.
Whatever works for the individual, and I'm not a fan of the way that the media just tanks everyone who's religious. I'm not one of these. I grew up Catholic, whatever, and I've seen the good and I've seen the unfortunate things, but hey man, why is anyone disparaging anyone on what makes them feel good, what makes them feel loved in some instance? Why disparage that? I've never understood that. I don't.
Neither do we.
Yeah,
What's going on?
For us personally, we've always loved seeing other artists do good.
Yeah.
I know for me with Skinner, when somebody's playing with us, if we're headlining, I'm like, give them everything they want, because they've worked their butt off just to get to this point,
right.
Yeah. And, so we're always behind people, whatever, like you said, whatever makes them feel good and whatever gets them through this situation or whatever. But you know what? You can take a basket of 10 great apples and there's going to be one bad one, you know. So, so you just go ahead on.
We wrote a song about that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's where I got it from.
You stole my line. You stole my line. Oh, was that your line?
But we have a lot of fun, man. We sit back here and just ping off of each other and have a great time.
And we give each other the freedom to do what we do.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it worked out good for us, and we look forward to doing some more.
I call him the melody guy. Yeah. I mean, this guy comes up with more melodies. I mean, I can't keep up with him.
Hey man,
yeah.
And I got a pair of good drumsticks.
Nice nylon tip.
Yeah.
So now, do you guys?
We got these two guys.
So we can see
yeah.
We all got the cheaters. Yeah.
You guys, do you have any plans to do any kind of touring behind this record, or?
We don't know yet. You know what? We never say never, but I'm still out doing stuff with Skinner
and I'm cutting grass.
And Donnie's cutting grass. And I hope that he comes next door and cuts mine.
Right.
Guys, really seriously, what happened was I played with 38 for 40 years. 38.
Yeah.
And I have what you call inner nerve damage hearing wise.
Yeah.
So I can't, if I don't have hearing aids on, I won't hear you,
Right.
I mean, you'd have to scream pretty loud, so we never say never. We talked about maybe bringing this out, maybe doing it acoustic wise.
Doing some acoustic. Who knows?
So we'll see.
But you know what? The good thing, the bad thing about me and Donnie is because I talk loud too.
That's because you can't.
I can't hear either. So
what?
When we go out to dinner, everybody knows we're there. Believe me.
Yeah.
Especially him.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, my sister over the weekend at my mom's birthday party, she turned around. She was so excited to show me her hearing aids. That she finally got. Yeah. But going back to the reading glasses, I actually called Fred the other, I don't know, was it a month ago? I'm like, Fred, because he's a little bit more vintage than me. I'm like, when is it okay? How many reading glasses do you have to accumulate before you throw them away?
What did he say?
He goes, I think he said 6.
I said, what? Speak up, what?
So I need a couple more before I can throw them away.
That's great. That's great. Right.
So if you guys do take it out on the road, though, be ready to get inundated with "Free Bird," right?
Oh yeah.
Because everybody's going to be screaming that.
Okay.
Hey, can I ask you a question? I hope I'm okay with this. Referring to Ronnie, my wife and I both have had a lot of visions or experiences, or I call them visits, from deceased family members. My father passed away over almost 50 years ago, and he still comes and visits me. And my mom just recently passed away, and actually our pet came and visited us the other day, and I call a visit. Have you guys ever experienced any visits or anything from Ronnie?
Any visits from him?
Yeah, I mean,
You know, man, I'm just speaking for myself here. I've never had that. I mean, I'd pray for that, you know. I've never had it happen, but we actually wrote.
Oh, that's him now.
Whoa.
Direct. There you are.
Okay, now that was weird.
Lost audio again.
No audio.
Shoot.
Oh.
Shoot. Now we can't hear you guys. Damn.
We lost audio.
I knew I shouldn't have brought that up.
Nice.
All right. What do we do now?
Should we wrap it?
Yeah.
1, 2. Can you guys hear us?
Yeah. You guys hear us?
No.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we can't hear you. Shoot.
Yeah, we might have to wrap it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, too bad. This is so cool.
It was good.
Wrap up. We can't hear you. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Anyway, the Van Zant brothers, the VanZantBand.com. Go pre-order their album today. It comes out November 22nd on Frontiers. And yeah, man. We thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Brian. Thank you very much. Oh, no worries, man.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Good luck on your album. We hope to see you again real soon. We'll see you on the road, guys. Take care. Oh, man. I feel horrible.
That sucks. I know.
Yeah.
They were so cool.
Legends, man. Legends. So,
yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen, for coming out. We really appreciate it. And
Such
that
nice
was weird
guys,
as soon as we mentioned.
As soon as we mentioned Ronnie.
Yeah. That was incredible. That was very interesting. Okay. Well, we'll see you guys next time on another edition of Tunage Talking Some Vibage. Have a good one. Love you, brothers.
Love you guys.
See you.